Hey guys, we are back to continue marriage tune-up from our weekend getaway. So we are going to start off with Love That Lasts, Marriage Oneness. Go.
So this session, they started off with a real great kind of game or whatever. So basically, in our book, we had 8 pictures. So hopefully you guys can see all those. All right. So we got a lighthouse, whitewater rafting, some footprints in the sand kind of thing, rock climbing, a fire, a roller coaster, fireworks, and a ladder up to potentially heaven. So
I feel like those are supposed to be fossils.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're totally, the footprints, I think they're fossils.
Yeah, like generational.
Generational, yeah.
So basically, each one of these pictures, you're supposed to pick the one that you think you're most like. And basically, Wemi and I did this, and it was good because we did 2 things. We picked what we liked and what we didn't like, and we agreed on what we didn't like, and we half-shared on what we liked, so that was really good.
What was it we didn't like? The roller coaster.
Nobody likes a roller coaster in their marriage, or not us anyway. But hey,
I've had enough of that in my life.
Maybe people do. I picked the lighthouse, and Wemi picked the fireworks slash
lighthouse.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so so it's just kind of, what do you see your relationship as, and
what do you want it to be? It was really like, what picture would you like to capture your marriage someday?
Exactly.
And that's kind of what we both wanted. And
so that was a great way to open the weekend.
Yeah. So if you just saw those pictures, or rewind back, pause it, show your spouse, and you guys should choose what you would like your marriage to be like someday, and keep that in mind in all the things that you do.
Absolutely. Let us know, too. What would you like?
Tell me. I want to know.
Who else is a lighthouse?
Do you like a roller coaster? If it would be a roller coaster, please tell me, and tell me why, because I'm so excited to know.
I really hope there's no roller coaster.
Well, no, you never know the reasons. That's why I want to know the reasons.
I know.
I don't know why I want to be a roller coaster. Because maybe I'm missing out on, like, a different way to look at it.
Maybe.
I've only had bad roller coaster rides in my relationship life, so there are good roller coaster rides.
Yeah. Cool.
Go
on. No, it's your turn.
My turn. Okay. So then we go on to the bigger picture of oneness. We talked about the 4 essential elements, which is pretty much what we're going to be doing here: relational, physical, spiritual, and emotional. Relational, physical, spiritual, emotional. Yeah.
Relational, emotional.
So here we go. The relational oneness, the result of that is closeness. Being close to your partner in the ways that we'll talk about shortly. Emotional oneness, the result there is a connection. Connection. Physical oneness, the result is contentment. And spiritual oneness, the result is completion. Completion. You like that?
Yes, I don't know. I think we can do without it.
Okay. So here they have a survey of what is most important for a happy and lasting marriage. And the survey pretty much gives us honesty is number 1, followed by communication, followed by love, then patience, and last but not least, respect. Breaking those down in numbers, we have about 23% honesty, 20% communication, 30% love, 10% patience, 7% respect. So that's that. Differences. Gender, but we're the same in our worth. We're different in family and cultural background. Different personalities, i.e. logical versus intuitive thinking, introvert versus extrovert. Life experiences and family experiences, school, friends, health, etc. And then our desires and expectations out of life, out of each other.
Yep.
Let's go.
Cool. All right. So next we talked about the truth in terms of love that lasts. What builds the love that lasts, and so kind of 4 key points that are just kind of you want to inherit. So you are not wrong. All right, that sounds pretty good. I'm not wrong.
Everyone likes to hear that.
Next one, your spouse is not wrong.
No.
Damn it. Differences won't go away. But we can minimize the differences. So those are kind of some key elements to understanding that there will be conflict, there will be differences, but you can minimize the differences and just, you're not wrong, your spouse isn't wrong. But yeah.
You know what's interesting?
What's interesting?
I wrote down maximize, and he said minimize. I was like, do we hear it differently?
I can't read my own writing.
He wrote down maximize.
We can maximize their differences.
Maximizing your differences, meaning really using the other person's difference to your advantage.
Being more efficient.
Yeah, if he's a saver and I'm a spender, let's find a way to make that work in a greater way for both of us. Maybe save importantly and spend important. Like, you know, whatever works.
So one way Wemi and I maximize our differences is she can read her own writing, not me. The next one they talk about is the drift pieces.
So we have external currents, and that refers to like work, circumstances, and problems. Internal currents, focusing on yourself and not others, which was an interesting one because they talked about how we really learn to like try to please ourselves. But if for once you can think about making your partner happy, it really makes life much easier because you're not so focused on I have to be happy, I have to be happy. Make him happy, and you'd be surprised that you either end up happy just naturally or that person puts in greater effort to make you happy as well. So that was that. And then cultural currents, which, you know, pretty basic. Our culture, they talk about teaches divorce as an option, but we should really strive to not do that. And then this one thing they said, which I really like, is that perfect happiness is a myth. Meaning, whenever you are happy, it's always relative to where you were before.
Right.
So you never really reach that ultimate level of happiness. Like, you know what? Everything in life right now is just boom. Couldn't be any happier. You'll always want for more happiness. So don't base your relationship on being completely, perfectly happy all the time. No one can fulfill that for you.
Right.
So.
Yep. That's fair.
Yep.
And then finally they wrap it up with the marriage oneness inventory. So this is a good way to scope out the weekend ahead and evaluate the 4 key elements that Wemi referred to earlier: the relational oneness, emotional oneness, physical oneness, and spiritual oneness. And basically you're supposed to evaluate those, give them a rating on a scale of 1 to 5, and see where you feel you are currently. And that's where it stopped. We put them on the bullseye, just you know, the letters to represent where you felt you were right today in your relationship.
Yep. And then we continued in the next video.
Until then.